Amakamang Mpho Solomon Mulutsi Agamama Modipuo Constance Mulutsi Mama itse ha ke bula stand sa December ka thola call ka bo 5 o'clock.
Now, it is a film or a portrait of final goodbyes and follows Mpho and his family as they make final rites amidst the regulatory restrictions for burials during COVID-19. That's Omelga Mthiyane's award-winning documentary titled Lifu, The Funeral. The award-winning director joins us now on Zoom to tell us more about her film. Good morning, Omelga. Welcome to Morning Live.
Morning to you. Thank you so much for having me, and greetings to your viewers as well.
Give us a brief synopsis of what Lifu is about and what is the inspiration behind the film.
Lifu, it follows Mpho Moduti as he is sadly burying his mother who died from COVID-19. It's really a film that looks at the difficulties that the families face during COVID-19, because there were restrictions that came as part of this to say that if you've lost your loved one to COVID-19, you cannot observe certain rituals. You cannot the body cannot be viewed, you cannot handle the remains, and the body is wrapped in bags, and any kind of embalming is discouraged or anything like that. So it's a film that's really bothered me. The restrictions really bothered me, coming from that background where a cultural background where it's very important that you have to observe certain rituals when you lose your loved one. The body needs to be cleansed. You need to observe certain rituals. And also there was a limitation of the number of people that could attend the funeral, which was only 50 people. So the film is just Mpho's journey as he finds it difficult and she's very sad about burying his mother under these very strict restrictions.
Talk to us about...
And the film was inspired by that, because I just couldn't think myself. I was trying to talk. Sorry?
All right. Can you hear me, Omelga?
I can hear you now, yes.
All right. I want to talk about Mpho and what we know about Mpho and who is he in the entire documentary.
Mpho is he's the only child of Mam Dipua.
Omelga? I think we're struggling there with network with Omelga, and there's such an interesting story. We are in conversation with Omelga Mthiyane, and her film won the Jozi Film Festival award for Best Documentary, Short Documentary at the Jozi Film Festival.
I think they spent so much time in the film. So having to bury his friend.
Okay, we keep...
that we really wanted to. It's very, very sad for him.
What themes do you explore in this documentary? Let's try again, see if this connection still holds. Omelga, what themes do you explore with this documentary?
Of course, it's the themes of sadness, it's death, as when life is taken away from you. But most importantly, if you watch the film, I work a lot with symbols, which indicates in terms of, Mam Dipua is one of the main characters in the film. So you see her through many symbols that you see in the film, to say that she's very much present, because I think that's also a very important element in this film, to say You know, when someone passes away, it's sort of a beginning of a new life on the other side. You know, so her presence is very much in the film. You see the bird flying, you see the fire that signifies something as well, and you see the smoke. And I'm very grateful to my DOP, Madaninda Mutu, who was able to really capture my vision when it comes to this, because it's one of those very difficult, challenging films to make, in terms of there's no cutting or saying, let's have another take or anything like that. It's a funeral unfolding. And he was able to really understand what I really wanted. And he was able to capture those visuals to represent both Mpho and his mother. But also my editor was very, very sensitive. Mr. Ntlamgati was very sensitive to this kind of things in terms of editing, you know, and being able to portray this kind of visual to say, okay, this is how we're going to use them in order to tell this story in a sense that both Mpho and the mother are represented, you know. So yeah, those are the strong themes of the spiritual world and the world that we're living in right now.
All right. Omelga Mthiyane, thank you so much for talking to us. She is the director of Lifu, the funeral, which won Best South African Short Documentary at the Jozi Film Festival. The film is dedicated to all those who have lost their loved ones to COVID-19. All right, let's take a quick ad break. We're back after this. Stay with us.